everybody. This is Arjun Viswas to you once again. We were discussing Rise with SAP, right? Yes, we were discussing Rise with SAP. I will go to that, but prior to that, I just want to recapitulate the information which I have shared with you. In case somebody has missed it, please do take a note of it. As this PowerPoint, I have to revamp a lot of activity to be done to make it presentable. This is a live PowerPoint for training. I am using it, right? So as I was telling you earlier, I come from different industry verticals. There are lot of different industry area. I have worked for these reputed companies, be it for telecom, uh, insurance, logistics, pharma, agriculture sector, AI-enabled claim automation, FMCG sector, retail. In my last 21 years of career, of which 17 years is into SAP, and rest four odd years, four and a half years is in non-SAP as well. So in SAP, I have mainly worked as a project program manager, then change, release, test, cutover, transition manager. You see those transitions I have put over here, how I moved from here as an incident manager to now as a cutover manager or a program manager. This climb was stiff, but it was very exciting because from IBM days I have got all the encouragement due to me because of my work which I have been doing with due diligence, and alongside I was also upskilling myself in the area of SAP. So I have got quite a few IBM certifications on ABAP for the internal courses. Initially, I thought ABAP would be the way I should, that is the programming part of SAP, should be my gateway to get into SAP. But later I understood that the job role which I had already served or serving in IBM that time, incident manager, change manager, then control desk, severity one coordinator, they are more akin to CCNA, MCSC, networking, like Peter Norton's networking book. So that kind. So that made me think of the analogy between this to SAP, and the one that came in my understanding was SAP Basics. So just like ABAP, I was doing a course from outside in my post office hours. I started upskilling myself in and around in the year 26, 27 age. At that age, I started upskilling myself in SAP basis also. So that gave me the entry into the IBM's uh, from the from the incident and change management ITES sector to the software sector of IBM. Uh, and I came back to IBM Kolkata, where I used to work for as a project advisory associate for a SAP logistics project. And that was really a good experience because it was in the PM and PMO role combined kind of a work, which I was doing alongside my ex-boss who was into who is a senior manager who later moved into solutioning, and presently she is a CIO of a reputed organization. So I used to work there as a PMO, and she gave me some good opportunity to get myself upskilled in SAP basis. Just like I am indebted to IBM Leadership Bangalore, who gave me an opportunity to move to the software division of IBM. Similarly, I am indebted to her because she gave me the pedestal or the opportunity to get myself upskilled in basis and security. And by the time I completed the basis and security training, and with my prior experience in incident and change, I got the berth as a release manager in IBM. So that continued for some time. After that, I made a jump to Accenture, where I got the opportunity to work as a basis tech arc, and also in their Accenture Innovation Center, as you see over here. This too is in Accenture side. This part is mostly IBM side. And this part is again a project manager. This is a assignment I was doing in US for Tring apps. Once I came back from US, I became a technical project manager with Tech Mahindra. Change and release, cutover management, test management, service delivery, all the different hats came in a span of 3 years to me. Our project won the best project domain project award under my leadership, and along with that, it was a joint responsibility of leadership. So I was there as a release, another guy was as a test. Later, when he moved to other company from test, I became the release come test engineer. And later I became a service delivery manager also, because the service delivery manager also got shifted to another project. So it was a very nice and great exposure that I got under the Reliance client for Tech Mahindra. So from there, it was easy for me to get into the release, change and release cutover center of excellence in Teva. Over Teva also, I learned lot of things in change and release management, cutover side, technical go live, and first time that in and around that time, I learned the NN plus one landscape releases, the retrofit mechanism. Then after Teva, I worked sometime in non-SAP domains as a agile Scrum Master and coach. I even became a senior Scrum Master in Agile Safe. So I learned Safe Agile, which is scaled Agile basically in LESS, uh, large scale Scrum. I was working very close to the RTEs, and the reason the company chosen me for as a technical project manager but gave me the opportunity to work as a scrum master, that is because from IBM days only I was parallelly upskilling myself in the areas of Six Sigma, Scrum. I have seen the industry getting built basically, that is solution factory during the time of recession in and around 2010, 9, 10, 11, 10, 9, 10, that time, in order to extrapolate resources from one vertical and move it to the other vertical where the need is more, but the where work is more but resources are less. That kind of thing used to happen there. And if there is a place where work is less, resources are more, we move it from this to that. Let me, since the discussion is going somewhere around my profile, I will quickly just finish this discussion, but these points are important because this is the pedestal on the top of which I am going to create the course and for your understanding. So after that senior manager agile scrum master, this point over here, I joined ITC and worked as a transition manager. That is one of the toughest profile that I handled during that time with my whatsoever knowledge I had. It was transitioning from company A to ITC. So I was the end-to-end transition manager. Prior to that, I went to US, I went to UK and Israel from Teva during technical go live. And this time with ITC, I moved to Malaysia for the uh, secondary support and primary support. Actually, transition is broken into four phases, like due diligence, KT, secondary support, primary support. So lot of incident management. That is also a role of which I had to wear the service delivery manager hat also in that role. Uh, that was a nice one. And then the next assignment, my present one was with Conscience Space. It is on SAP Cutover Manager lead position, where I have worked for 3 4 months. But after that, the project role got transitioned to US. So I came on bench, and I'm still searching to get another project by the time I am in bench. And I am actually more than a job search. I am concentrating on my studies, and in between, I am doing some job search here and there. But and I'm getting calls every month. I'm getting 4 5 calls, but so roughly in 3 months, I have got 15 calls, of which four or five, six rather, went on hold. The project was has gone on hold, and I cleared the interview, but the project date has got postponed or on hold. So that kind of things are happening, and pretty much that is the state in which I am in right now. So I'm open to requirement, and I have updated my LinkedIn profile also in parallel to or in conjunction to how it should look like. Now it has given a decent look and feel, so I did this thing myself. and actually I attended few webinars where I understood how to how LinkedIn is so important. So basically, I am putting the data here, and I have got some very good recommendation from my earlier seniors and bosses in my career. And I do request, even some of my peers has given me very good update. Like Anand was working with me, Shailendra, he was my senior, but we worked together in ITC. Malovika, she was 2 tier ahead of my management hierarchy. She used to manage the segment under the segment, there's another segment where I used to work. So she is my senior manager at that point of time in IBM. I am grateful and thankful to them for providing such nice recommendations. And I'm still awaiting to get some more recommendations. And I request whoever finds this training helpful, they may attach with me, and I would be very happy if you can give your feedback on the course, and that I will take it as a recommendation from your side. So that's basically it about myself. Now, jumping back to what is SAP Rise. So let me minimize the screen a bit. First, let us see which one we started. Yes, it was Rise. Solution architect know-how, cloud computing. I'm still constructing this, you see. MS Azure, AWS. Oh, oh, every time when I'm pressing this is what. The reason it's not working because the hotkey of this particular recording software, I have to change it to um, Z. So Z is W. Now I changed to Shift. The moment I took the break from you, I changed it to Shift W. Anyway, that is a problem with the recording application. Not a problem. We'll fix it. Microsoft Azure, AWS, and GCP. GCP comparative study. So we will compare these things and study, but that will take some time. So I am pushing it down. This comes under cloud computing comparisons. So I am indenting it inside. Now this is fine. Solution architect know-how. Under solution architect know-how, I will refer to this book. Where is this book? My experience with working with solution team, pre-sales team, I will club it up. I'll put it in that explanation along with some interview tips and tricks also if anyone is getting into solutioning roles. Plus to that, we should have a thorough understanding about solutioning. So I have captured this book, Solution Architect, this book. This is a good book. You can try to download it, or you can packet publication. You can try to purchase it, whichever is okay with you. Uh, what is solution architecture? These basics are there. Solution architect is an organization, architect, evangelist, understanding solution architect responsibilities. So basically, chapter 1 2, and chapter 3 attributes of solution manager, solution architect design, chapter 4. Okay, let us do it up to chapter 4. Cloud migration. So this is also from cloud computing we should discuss then. So let us park it here at chapter 4. Okay, not cloud migration. Okay, I'm just giving a, for my own sake, I am coloring it out. Whatever is before this we will discuss, and once we discuss cloud computing, then we will touch this one. That's all right. Now, solution architect know-how. Under that I will put solution architect, solution architect handbook, and I will indent it. Okay, MS Azure, this is fine. This should be fine. Microsoft Azure and DevOps is here. So I have identified the books that we will read for Azure and DevOps. And Rise with SAP has gone inside it accidentally. So let me pull it out. So let me pull Rise out, outdent it. So now Microsoft Azure is one, SAP's Rise with SAP is here, Solution Architect Handbook is here, Cloud Computing is here, Rise with SAP. So we were discussing Rise with SAP. One second. Fine. This is in progress, right? Okay. Where is I remember I was discussing a document with all of you on Rise with SAP, and that will be, is this the one? Yeah, what is SAP Rise? So as I was telling you, SAP Rise is not a product or a new feature of SAP. No, what it is basically, it's a package, sales package. In that package, okay, I was using the PowerPoint. I forgot. Sorry. Let me use the PowerPoint where I have kept it for you guys. Where is the PowerPoint? Yes, this one and this one. Okay. Yes, here you have all the data. In case you want to email me, you can try email in the first two. I will do both of them. Big data I'll also do, but try to email me in either arjun.careers1980 and cc arjun.biswas1980. That would be fine. You have my phone number. You can call me also. Be happy to entertain and share my knowledge with you. And at the same time, I expect I will also get some knowledge from you, especially the functionals like FICO, MMSD, logistics. In a nutshell, if you explain me those things, then it would be easier for me when I am parallelly trying to go through those things. See, I have managed team of FICO, SD, logistics, EHS, EAM, APO, success factor, Fiori. Total 50-60 member team was under my service delivery and project management bracket. But I myself did not start my journey as a functional. Neither I started my journey as a hardcore technical. I started in release and change management, ITIL hierarchy, and then came into basis, absorbed in a niche skill on basis Accenture Innovation Center. From there, techno-functional kind of an understanding. So if you ask me what is order to cash and procure to pay, I can explain. But if you ask me the nitty-gritties or details of what transaction code you use to get into different FICO screens and check it out, I will not be able to answer that. But I want to understand SAP holistically. So whatever I know from the techno-managerial front, I am sharing with you. If someone of you are from different functional background, you come to me, you share a video like what I'm doing right now, I will listen to that video and I will also be upskilled by that. So let us have a commitment that you are also going to come back with your functional knowledge or even technical knowledge in the area of SAP basis, because that hardcore technical things are certain areas where I'm still not that conversant because I didn't come from that area. I was, but still, basis I have been studying for quite some time, so I can manage that. But I don't want to remain in that bracket of I can manage that. I want to be an expert on this. So if you can explain the concepts of SAP Basis also, I will be very thankful. Basis security. Security, I was a security lead also for some time in Accenture. There I learned GRC, prior to that compliance calibrator. Then I worked with the architect, lead architect, etc. in audit, role audit. So fine. Now rise with SAP S4 HANA Cloud. So basically what it is saying is that rise with SAP, please read this line. Let me put it in presentation view. Oops. Yeah, I think it is legible and visible to everyone. SAP Rise is not a product or service. First line. It is a game-changing sales package designed to streamline SAP S4 HANA adaptation. Things are now going to S4 HANA. Majority of the companies have migrated to S4 HANA. Now they are thinking to create a business package called Rise, and that will constitute of everything in cloud basically. So in a pay-as-you-go way, you can utilize whichever service you want to use uh, from this family of services, be it in finance vertical. These are the services: accounting, financial operations, cost management, treasury. In sourcing and procurement, these are the one. Sourcing, let me, one second, pointer options, use pointer, use pen, highlighter. Okay, let me take pointer. So here, if you are in the finance area of activity you are doing most, you means the customer in plural, then they can enter that, they can go for that sales package, that is Rise, which constitutes finance, which constitutes sourcing and procurement, which constitutes supply chain, it constitutes manufacturing, R&D, asset management, services, human resource. Already these verticals they have put in Rise, and more coming. So it's basically in the cloud, and you are getting the access to those things which you want, and you will be paying for that many hours, that many time. When I mean, if you buy the full license, then you can access all of these. You access it for certain period of time, for which you as a customer is going to pay, or else need not pay, or else you don't have to pay for the entirety, the package altogether. Something similar concept, but little different, because that was on premise. Like if you see NetWeaver, on top of NetWeaver enterprise core component, that is a concept when things was not in cloud, on premise. This is a concept where S4 HANA is here now. SAP on cloud, SAP application lifecycle management, it's in cloud. So now in the cloud they are creating a business package, sales package, which is, they are going to sell it in totality, and people can, users can buy it according to their need and requirement. So that you will see here. So Rise is not a product or service, it's a game changing sales package designed to streamline S4 HANA adaptation by bundling critical tools, which I was showing you. I mean this one, by bundling critical tools and services under single subscription. Single subscription. This subscription means cloud subscription. Single subscription is subscription in cloud. You've seen it, right? You go to Amazon, you go to Microsoft Azure, you go to any online activity nowadays, they're all hosted in cloud, and they charge certain money if it is monthly, and they will give only, let's say, screen recording software. They will give it for the one that I am using. Normally free to test, so I can check how it works. After that, the price would be something that I can choose: monthly basis, yearly basis, quarterly basis. What happens is, this a hyperscaler cloud one providing service in the form of, let's say, screen recording software as a service. Software is in cloud one. On top of that there is another cloud, cloud 2. On top of that, there is another cloud, cloud 3. Ultimately, it is landing up, let's say, to GCP, Google Cloud Platform, or SAP Cloud, in this case, RISE. So you are basically A borrowing from B, borrowing from C, then coming to D. The price will decrease, but the capacity or space in the server in cloud remains the same, which gets bifurcated, broken into parts, and provided to many other subscribers. They again tenant it out to another subscriber. Another subscriber reaches finally to you at a cost of, let's say, $9 for monthly. I'm giving an example, but original cost maybe $90 or $900 also. They suppose I have taken a house on rent. I don't, and I don't. I'm not. I'm staying in this a 2 BHK. I'm staying in one bedroom, one hall. It's for reserved for me. Another bedroom, I am giving it to my friend who can stay. So I am giving a subscription, and he is paying a subscription. He is not paying entirely for the 3 rooms. He is paying for only one room. And after one point of time, he thinks that he can bring another person to stay with him. Then he will share half of what the earlier person was paying. So that half he will pay to the earlier person, my friend who took that room. That kind of subscription after subscription after subscription, it reaches to us. But on the top, the mother can be GCP, AWS, Microsoft Azure DevOps, or it can be Alibaba Cloud. It can be any big cloud providing organization. Sometimes providing infrastructure as a service, sometimes providing software as a service, sometimes providing platform as a service. So if you are taking the infra as a service from them, you don't need to have the installation in your on-premise place. Installation is taken care of, the server is taken care of by the cloud company who is providing infra as a service. If you are only requiring some softwares which is deployed in cloud, and you are ready to pay for those software, like you go MSTSC, and I can show you my own uh, cloud subscription I already have for using SAP, accessing different SAP servers. But I will show you that when I will take you through the transaction codes and other details later on, when I will be explaining basis and security. But that will take some time. Just understand, I am remotely logging into that server, and from there I am kind of uh, paying some money to them. So under single subscription, here Rise is providing everything under one subscription, single subscription. SAP Rise simplifies the journey for mid-size company and startup. So mid-size company and startup, they cannot pay big amount, but they also want to use SAP. So for them it is simpler. So addressing key challenges head on, let's dive into 6 transformation. First one is business process optimization. Implementing SAP S/4HANA in massive strategic environment requiring thorough business process documentation. Many companies struggle with so what causing inefficiency and disruption. SAP Rise tackles with that documentation. Not every company has good uh, document archive. Suppose I am working in an organization and I leave tomorrow, and if I don't keep a maintain a good document hygiene, then you are joining that company and you don't see that documentations properly, then how will you start the job? It is something like when if you are a coder, if you are a person who codes, then you put comment next to every Python code, or be it any language, in C, C++ also, you put comment next to the line. That comment signifies what this action or this for loop or this if then else loop, whatever, what it is doing, that is mentioned in hashtag or star, whatever is prescribed for that language. So on top of that, you have library, then you have the code. Next to the code on the right side, you put comment. That is commenting it out. That is also a kind of documentation. Similarly, in SAP world, if you are working on Jira and you give a comment in Confluence, so Jira is for the tracking mechanism of all the releases, and what you have done on the release is captured in Confluence. Be it sprint demo, we gave sprint demo. I mean, mainly it will comprise of the way of working, that document would be there. Retrospective at the end of sprint, that document will be there. So that can create a document hierarchy. So many companies struggle with outdated missing documentation, causing inefficiency and disruption. Not all company could afford such hefty amount for AWS, or even if they afford, they're not maintaining it properly. There are a lot of tools to do that. RISE tackles this. How? The business process intelligence analyzes, optimizes, and benchmarks business process against industry leaders. So their BPI, business process intelligence, it analyzes and optimizes and benchmarks business process against industry leaders. Compare, you put it in a Gartner quadrant, you will see where Microsoft Azure is there or where SAP Cloud is there. So mainly business process intelligence, which is analyzing, optimizing, and benchmark business processes against industry leaders. Like so, basically for analysis, it is showing. Then we have another thing called SAP Synavio. This is a new product, maybe 2 years old or little more than that. It offers a structured process documentation with governance workflow. Same that I was saying, Jira, Confluence. Signavio is also something like Confluence, is what we can understand from this writing. It is used for documentation. It ensures seamless process management and collaboration. Because Rise with SAP is in where? It is in the SAP Cloud, right? So there you have Signavio. Cloud enabled hardware flexibility. Okay, what flexibility? Cloud enabled? On-premise demands significant investment of hardware, IT expertise. As I was telling you, if you have to install the server in your backyard, then it is going to cost you a lot. It is better to purchase a public cloud environment from any of the cloud providers. And if you're too sensitive about the security, why don't you go for a hybrid cloud, if not a private cloud, which will be too secure? What is this? Public cloud, open to all, but with the corresponding ID and password. The platform is kind of very much open, wide open. But inside the platform, that cloud segment is divided into IDs and passwords. With those respective company ID only, they will get into the company network. But because it's public, there is it is, and although it's hack proof, but still there could be a caveat, or there could be a time when it might get security might get compromised. So, although that is the first prerogative priority which AWS, Amazon, I mean Microsoft Azure, they ensure that that is there, GCP, but still there can be a there is a probability of that. Instead, what you can do, what the other technology in the name of cloud computing, what else it is telling? It's saying, why don't you go for a high private cloud where everything is deployed in your on-premise and you move it. Why will the person need a cloud? Let's say I'm a VP of a company and I'm not carrying the laptop along with me. I'm carrying this mobile phone, let's say. So from the mobile phone, I will access the network and I'll access my web platform, and I will fetch in the data from that cloud environment where all my, like Google Drive, cloud, public cloud, uh, Dropbox, public cloud. There, with your ID only you can go, but many other person will can have, if they have the ID password, then it can get compromised. Otherwise, they are doing pretty well. They're doing very good, and they are big companies, trustworthy. So what basically Rise does is cloud-enabled hardware flexibility. You don't have to install the hardware at all in your system. So SAP Rise eliminates the complexity by how? S4HANA Cloud, SAP S4HANA Cloud, I was telling you, will have a separate session on S4HANA Cloud, public and private. Public cloud is called SaaS, means software as a service, which I told you. It is shared in secure environment, reducing total cost of ownership. Software as a service. Infra is some X company's responsibility who is giving the cloud, not my responsibility. I will work on my applications which I am kind of renting it out from you because you already have the setup, the VM ready for that. I'm just taking it from there. That's it. My, let's say my SAP GUI is, or SAP console is not installed in my computer, but I am going to MSTSC and I'm logging into your cloud where you have Windows Server 2003, and from there I'm accessing your all my softwares. So that is public cloud, software as a service. Then private cloud. So what is the SAP S/4HANA cloud? Public and private is both supported by our RISE private cloud platform as a service, a dedicated environment hosted by hyperscaler. These are hyperscalers. The one cloud player one, cloud player two, cloud player three, hyperscalers like who? AWS, Azure, Google Cloud. Sorry, they balance and control the flexibility. I believe it is self-explanatory what they are saying here. Then there is another point they are mentioning. Okay, let me, one moment. Let me come out from the presentation mode. Escape. Yeah. What is the last line? Flexible licensing mode. Traditional licensing model resulted a. Okay, let me just put it little here. Control Z. Let me take this point number 3. Take cut it here. I go to notes. I paste it there. Now you can read it, right? Yeah. So already we are 37 minutes. 7 minutes we have overshoot, but that is okay. The concept is to be explained without looking into the time. So flexible licensing model. Traditional licensing models resulted in wasted cost due to rigid user type allocation. Traditional licensing model resulted in wasted cost wasted due to rigid user type allocation. Admin user, then accounts, one user. In finance, a finance one set of users, controlling another set of users. So user type, according to the different user type, different security parameters like role is given in PFCG SU01. You create the ID PFCG, you align the role in security in SAP. That's what you do, right? So rigid user type allocation. SAP RISE introduces a full usage equivalent. This is very important. FUE model. So SAP RISE introduces FUE model. What is that? Allowing business to flexibility, allocate licenses based on their evolving need, optimizing investment and reducing financial waste. Let me read the next paragraph. It will explain what is full user equivalent. Seamless customization with this customization long been double-edged sword, enhancing functionality than comparison. RISE BTP, where is full usage equivalent? SAP expert support ultimately business aiming unlock. No, not this. Full usage equivalent. SAP RISE introduces a full usage equivalent model, allowing business to flexibly allocate licenses based on their evolving need. Suppose there are 3 kind of access. One costing 100 rupees in Indian currency, let's say. One, if you have one license of it, it will be 100 rupees. Another, if you purchase a little intermediate one, it is 50 rupees. And if you purchase extremely the last part of it, it is 20 rupees. So you have to divide your user class. Like, okay, I need 2 user for the admin privileges, 5 user for the intermediate one, and I will keep 10 user for the last one. So according to the user type, the cost will vary. Am I clear up to this point? The cost will vary according to the type of user you are renting it out from through RISE from the cloud environment. Cost will vary. After 1 year, you find that you don't need 10 people under the lowest tier. Rather, you want to move 4 of them to the mid tier. Do you have to purchase it again? Or do you have to change? Wait for the time your subscription is over, then only you can do. No, right? That is what SAP RISE do. SAP RISE gives you a flexibility to toggle between the users. Today he is in the lower tier. Tomorrow he can come in the mid tier. Day after tomorrow he can be in the top tier. If IDs are moving like that, cost is going to change. So if you don't need 4 user in top, you reduce 2 user from there and you bring it down to the intermediate section. Then you are paying for 2 user only in the top admin privilege. Mid tier you are paying for already there are 4, you added to 6, but still your cost is same. So you can do that uh, profit analysis. That is possible. Okay. Now what is left in RISE to discuss? Let us go back to presentation mode again. Seamless customization and SAP Business Technology Platform. This is another important BTP. So seamless customization. Customization has long been a double-edged sword. Custom customization request. It's always a double-edged sword. Why? Enhancing functionality but complicating upgrade. Upgrade is very difficult for customizing request. There are kind of data, master data and transaction data, whatever your development change or customizing change. So what they are saying here is that SAP is saying that customizing request has always been a pain to do because it works as a double-edged sword and it's a complicating upgrade becomes complicated. SAP is mitigated the risk through how they are mitigating. They mitigate through scalable SAP BTP. It is a full platform enabling business to build custom application and extension without altering SAP S4HANA system. So you need to make no changes in the SAP S4HANA. Otherwise, with that customization request, if you are thinking that it will hit S4HANA and make changes, S4HANA has already got all the flavors with it. That is, it already has what it is providing. On top of that, you are bringing something from the legacy and you are doing when I will explain activate methodology, you will know that there is a fit gap analysis that we do and we take what is required, only we take it into S4 HANA during our cutover, during this migration project, and we don't take the other old things which still remains in the legacy system, but still let's say 20% of the things custom code are inherited. So you have to customize your SAP S4 HANA in such a way that it accepts that. But that problem itself, SAP has pushed it out. How? By SAP BTP. It's a powerful platform enabling business to build custom application and extension without altering S4. So S4 HANA system, I am purchasing, you are purchasing. It will remain same for both you and me. You have some additional configs. So using BTP, SAP Business Technology, again, it's a platform like NetWeaver, BTP, you can you can build custom application and extension, custom application. You just tag it with it without altering the core of SAP S4HANA system. SAP S4HANA core, the heart of SAP S4HANA, nothing changes. Using BTP, you can very well take away the custom code pain from getting done in the S4HANA environment. Next one is self-explanatory, scalable ERP growth with modular extension. SAP RISE operates like Lego. Lego is a ERP, Enterprise Resource Planning Package, allowing business to expand seamlessly by integrating solutions like CRM, SRM, Ariba, SuccessFactor. This ensures ERP system grows in tandem with the business. As I was telling you that not everything has got added over here. You see this one, this diagram, refer this. Not everything has yet got added. You can add success factors, which is HR related application in SAP, which was earlier a company, SAP procured it and made beautiful employee central environment where from hire to retire every step is captured. You can integrate that success factor here in Rise family. You can integrate Concord, which is a travel and expense tool. You can integrate that. Concord was also a different company. SAP has brought it, just like it has brought Sybase, it has brought Cyclo, and running its SAP mobile platform with the best practices of these two and with the necessary enhancement from SAP experts, they made SAP mobile platform. Similarly, SuccessFactor purchased by SAP. The original part of SuccessFactor remains the same, but you can tag it with S4 HANA. How? You can put it as one of the towers here in Rise, and you can do the needful. Next, it says SAP Rise offers a Lego CRM solution, Ariba. Supply CRM is Ariba or supply chain? Customer relationship management. One second, I'll just check it. Sorry. Ariba is for procurement. See, Ariba is there in separately. For supply chain, there is something else. Customer relationship management, there is something else. But I mean, in fact, as CRM, as SRM, SAP, you can add it, integrate it with your Rise, with your S4 HANA. So this ensures ERP system grows in tandem with the business. As your business is expanding, you are integrating them and you are using it, so it is expanding in an SAP S4 HANA environment. So SAP Expert Rise is more than a package. It is a guided transformation journey. Customers can gain access. It's a guided transformation journey, business transformation. I must request all of you to buy this book and read it. It's written by Mr. Nigel Vaz, my ex-CEO in Publisher Sapient. He wrote this book long time ago. It talks about digital business transformation. After you read this book, side by side also read one of the books from Bill Gates, Business at the Speed of Thought. This too will give you, and the disruption that happened after COVID in IT sector, especially in SME sector also highly impacted. How artificial intelligence is coming into place and sometimes looks threatening for our job itself. But don't take it as a threat. Take it as an opportunity to learn chat GPT, AI, ML, all these things, because you will learn a lot of things and you can actually be a better version of yourself who will get more opportunities because you are exploring in the new generation tool. Anyway, coming back to the point, SAP Rise is more than a package. It's a guided transformation journey. Customers gain access to SAP expert support. SAP has its own expert support, so you get the assistance from there. Exclusive SAP community and focus group, SCN, SAP community for knowledge sharing, collaboration. Lot of people leave vlogs. If there would have been an opportunity to put video, I don't know if it's there. I could have directly uploaded this video over there also. But anyways, conclusion: SAP Rise is revolutionizing digital transformation by reducing complexity. Remember, reducing complexity, optimizing cost, ensuring seamless scalability. It is the ultimate accelerator for business, aiming to unlock the full potential of S4 HANA. Full potential S4 HANA with agility, agile, intelligence, artificial, natural as well, efficiency. Are you ready to rise with SAP? Now the question is, SAP will go to rise. So are you ready to rise with SAP? Is the question. Of course, we will say yes. We need to learn this, and that ends our rise. So with this, I stop the stopwatch and I will now stop the recording. In the next session, I will explain activate methodology. So this is done. Let us mark it as done. Rise with SAP, it's all done. So I can mark it as a green color for the time being. Done. And we started it on 26, ended it on 26. One day, no, we took how much time? 50 minutes, let's say. 50 minutes. It is auto scheduled. This is 50 minutes. Rise with SAP is done. Predecessor, that we will do later. Percentage complete 100%. Now what happens? See, you see the green check mark here? It means this is complete. This is MPP. There are some things which you can do in, but MPP is an exhaustive tool. It will take some time to learn, or if you have already been using it like me 5-6 years back, have lost a little touch of it will take you some time. But okay, that is another topic. We will try to cover MPP also later on. Next is, I would cover grow with SAP. That won't take that much of time. We'll use grow with SAP next discussion. And then we'll enter into HANA architecture and how from HANA and from the bottom up we will go. Okay. And by the time we will reach project management, we'll, before that cutover is to be explained exhaustively, then release and change, and from bottom up we are going. That is fine. Okay. Thank you all. Thanks for joining. I'm closing the session. Have a nice day. See you in the next lecture.